Stores have just reopened today after the beginning of this COVID-19 outbreak worldwide. And I'm on my way to go to a restaurant and see how their social distancing actually is and eat some good food. It's been a while. I'm sure that the social distancing, well, I'm not sure, but I think that the social distancing that they decide to use, especially the day they reopen, is going to be very, very liberally spaced out. So I expect that there's going to be interesting, like maybe every other table or something. I don't know. It'll be interesting. This is all, you know, this has never happened before. They have never shut down the economy, made people stay at home, and then reopened. And, you know, the Faucians, the people who believe Fauci and Fauci himself are saying, oh, this is going to cause a second wave just from you guys getting out of, hiding. When in fact, the time that viruses go into minimal effect because people are outside is in May, and that's because people are out of their houses because of the change in sun time. There's more sun time, less time inside the house trading germs. That's what makes the virus minimize during summer. Now, granted, not all viruses do that, and last time I checked, they're not 100% certain on this one. But it kind of, in my opinion, it kind of seems to be doing that to reduce. I mean, we're past our peak and on the back end of the curve. So they said that we were trying to flatten the curve, and then we were supposed to get out of quarantine to keep the levels up at the top so we can get through all of the sickness faster, because the more we reduce exposure and hide from this virus, the longer that curve takes to lower. So say it would go for a long period of time because everybody is not being exposed to it, and they'd have no immune system to it. So this amount of exposure just going when there's not much of an outbreak here at all, I'm sure that everybody gets exposed to this germ, as whatever it is. I'm sure that people get exposed to it, even like everybody gets exposed to it, I imagine. And they have enough immune system to fight it off and not actually contract the virus, but enough to fight it off. I imagine that's how it goes. So if that's the case, it's actually good for people to be exposed like that, because they're building their immunity to that illness. And the fact that we have not done that means that wave number 2 is going to be possibly lethal, as unbelievably destructive. If it has mutated like they are reporting from China, but reports are a little bit shady, so I'm not sure about it. If that's true, though, if it's morphed into something more dangerous, they're saying that it's something that has a much longer incubation period, so it's way more infectious, and it takes a longer time to recover from, so it's going to overwhelm the hospitals. If that's true, that it's a different mutation, then they're having a new outbreak in China. If all of that is true, we're in big trouble as far as how many people this will kill. It'll probably kill, I don't know, 3 or 5 times as many people as it already has. If we catch a second wave, and nobody has any immunity to it because we've been hiding. And we hid for a good reason. We needed to flatten the curve, but staying inside all this time had no purpose They know that they can't eradicate it. That's not going to happen. So why would they keep us locked up when it's not going to lessen how many people get sick or die? It doesn't make any sense at all. So I'm glad that they've lifted that, and I really hope that there's not a heavy second wave, because people should have been out of the house and keeping their immune systems strong, but immune systems weaken when they're not used. You can look at kids who were really sheltered as kids and had no germs at all in their life from, I don't know, like a neurotic mother, who knows, something like that. Well, if they are in a sheltered environment like that, usually in adulthood they have tons of problems with their health because they have no immune system. You're supposed to build that stuff as a kid. You're supposed to get other kids' snot on you, and like you're supposed to be exposed to a lot of viruses. That's when you build your immune system. It's the most important time to be exposed to viruses, because there's never a time that we're not exposed to viruses. They're everywhere all the time. It's just a matter of what kind of viral load is there. Is it enough to overwhelm your system so that you don't have enough to fight it off? If that's that has to do with your immune system's strength, you know. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a beautiful time, and do enjoy this time, because we could be locked down in weeks. We don't know. I don't know what they plan to do if it re-breaks out, but in weeks they could start again, and in the next season starts, you know, what, October or so. So we have this window of time to enjoy being out and about, because it's certainly not certain in the future. Plus, we're heading into a deep depression, so we're not going to have any money to do things like go out. So enjoy now. It might be the best time of your life. Take care.